My Los Angeles Lakers were a complete disaster this year, and none of y'all checked on me. None of y'all checked on your boy. Y'all be in this comment section talking about your fuck women first. You the really you get y'all ain't check on your boy when I needed you the most. Y'all see my brothers ain't here with me. I ain't got nobody to talk me through this. I'm not pleased. Kobe Bean Bryant is not pleased with this bullshit. But I'm gonna tell y'all who to blame. I'm gonna rank them because everybody know who to blame. Everybody know who the players are, who the parties that are involved. But the blame is being placed inappropriately. So as usual, let me bring some real shit to the table and tell y'all in order who to blame. Okay. Number 5. So this guy gonna get the least blame. It's the guy that just lost his damn job, Frank Vogel. Okay. As I've said countless times on this publication, the NBA is the players' league. It is. Superstars run that shit. Okay. You can hear countless NBA greats talk about, like Shaq, for instance. Said, shit, they get the ball transition. We ain't running no play. We just come down, we gonna score the ball. You know what I'm saying? You only use a triangle when you need to. That came from Shaq. Okay. You see it in the league, especially today. A lot of times these coaches ain't making these boys run no plays unless they coming out of a timeout. Otherwise, them boys get to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Shit. So I ain't gonna put all this at Frankie V's feet, even though he just lost his job. But I will say this now: y'all head coach, and you're calling defense. The defense was atrocious this year. Again, most of that's on the players, but the coach, if anything, if an NBA coach is going to get a team to do anything, it's going to get them. It's going to be to get them to buy in defensively. And I don't think Frank Vogel was able to command the respect for real of Brun nor Russell Westbrook. Okay, so I got him at 5. 4 is Rob Pelinka. Again, this is a players' league, okay? But Rob, he put this thing together. And Rob should have known damn well that Russell Westbrook was not going to work with Brun. I'm talking about even if AD was healthy and Brun was, I'm talking about these motherfuckers play all 82 games. They should have known that shit wasn't going to work. Should have known that. Especially if Brun wasn't going to move off the ball, which you can say that goes back to Frank Vogel again. I bet him to command enough respect from Brun to get him to do that. But who in the hell in Brun's whole career been able to do that? To get Brun to come off the ball? Rob Pelinka should have known better. Maybe he did. Based on what Magic Johnson says, they were trying to bring in Buddy Hield or trying to bring in DeMar DeRozan. But Brun and them nixed that. But Pelinka can stand up for himself. Say no. Drop your nuts. You Kobe Bean Bryant partner. Okay? So drop your nuts and tell them no. That what Jerry Krause did back in the day. Jerry Krause sent Charles Oakley's packing. Even though that was Mike Jordan homie. They like this. Ain't no working out. Ain't no working out. They hated Jerry Krause for ranting and raving about Tony Kukoc. Tony Kukoc ended up helping that ball club, though. That 94 season that everybody talks about wouldn't have been as good as it was for the Bulls if Tony Kukoc hadn't come in that year. And then when Jordan came back and finally got his legs up under him in that 72-10 season, Tony Kukoc was sixth man of the year that year too. Now, quite often when they talked about a big three with that Bulls team, the big three wasn't Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. It was Jordan, Pippen, and Kukoc. So Jerry Krause said, "Fuck what my superstar talking about. I'm gonna put something together." To his credit on those. Now, breaking up the team, that was idiotic. But Pelinka could have dropped his nuts, but he did. So I got him at 4. But it's a players' league, so let's get to these players. At number 3, I got Brody. Got Russell Westbrook. Because if I'm going to say Rob Pelinka should have known damn well that Russ couldn't play with Bron, then Russell Westbrook should have known that shit himself. Russ knows he's a ball-dominant guard. It's been effective for him. Don't listen to what the fuck Skip Bayless talking about. When Russell Westbrook has a triple-double, he wins. He ain't got no fucking losing record when he gets a triple-double. So having the ball in his hand and letting him use his athleticism to either get a bucket or create has led to them winning. So he needs the ball. He's ball dominant. He's high usage. You know that shit, Russ, about yourself, dog. I fuck with you. Just knew this wasn't gonna work, man. Number 2. Yeah, I bet you my youngest they just swept and down. I'm about to say Anthony Davis at 2 and Bron at 1. Nope. Number 2, I got LeBron Raymond James Sr. Yeah. Now somebody out there thinking, hey, how you gonna have him even at 2? He averaged 38 and 6. This is why. If I'm saying Rob Pelinka, and if I'm saying Russell Westbrook should have known that shit wasn't gonna work, then damn sure folks who telling me that Bron is the smartest basketball player of all time, a motherfucker that can recite a whole game right after the game, tell you possession by possession and pass by pass what happened, that he should have known damn well him and Russell Westbrook could not fucking coexist. Especially if he wasn't going to come off the ball. He lied to me. See, I was all hyped in the preseason. I'm thinking, Bron going to come off the ball some, play more of that post, and motherfucker 6'9", 285 pounds. You know, he going to go down to the block, you know, to still get buckets, you know, to and Russ going to be able to take over those duties and at the point guard position, stuff like that. So Bron's usage comes down. Bron be more fresh in his advanced age, as my brother Tim G. Jacob would say, for the playoffs. And the team is taken over by Anthony Davis, which I'll get to momentarily. So that's what I was thinking. But Bron lied to me. Now, of course, you can argue some of that got railroaded by AD being out, but still, with AD being out, you still could have had Bron off ball and let Russ run the point. Now, you may argue, well, Russell Westbrook committing all those turnovers is part of the reason Bron said, you know what, I got to get the ball out of his hand. A lot of the shit that's out there about Westbrook and these turnovers is overblown. First of all, Russell Westbrook has been a high turnover guy. Okay? He's been like that. But what I've seen is that when you got an NBA player who is a high usage guy, especially when at the point guard position, when you're making a lot of decisions and stuff like that. Those guys tend to be high turnover guys. Trey Young led the league in total turnovers this year, y'all. And he played 2 fewer games than Russell Westbrook. But that hasn't been part of his narrative. Luka Doncic is only 3 turnovers behind Russell Westbrook while playing in 13 fewer games. But that's not a part of his narrative. James Harden, only 11 turnovers behind Westbrook, even though he played in 13 fewer games. Jokic, 5th on this list in turnovers, total turnovers now. He finna win MVP. So that ain't part of their narrative. So that whole turnover shit really was overblown this year. These guys who handle the ball a lot and make these decisions, they usually high turnover guys. Usually. Unless you're a motherfucker like CP3. That's why he's so elite. So Bron ain't had to get the ball from Russ because of that. No. Bron ass wants the ball. That's who Bron is. You can argue that shit. He should want the ball. Okay? They list him as small forward. LeBron been playing point guard his damn career. And having a guy like Russell Westbrook being that third guy for Bron ain't it. He ain't got the skill set for that. Bron knew that. Bron knew that. Should have known it at least. I don't know. Maybe it's the buddy shit. Bron is a nice dude, bro. So maybe Russ told him, bro, I want to come home. Maybe bro, like, yeah, man, we do this shit. Woo, woo. I don't know. But Bron should have known damn well that shit wasn't going to work. But the number one culprit in this disastrous season is Anthony Davis. And I don't know why in the hell motherfuckers been letting AD off the hook this year. Because he's sitting out, so it's not sexy enough to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? You got to run with something. And Russell Westbrook was a big enough story where you can run with that. You know what I'm talking about? But this is clearly at the feet of Anthony Davis. This was supposed to be his team, y'all. I keep telling y'all, stop the Bron and Jordan comparisons. At this point, that's unfair to Bron, really. It's unfair. Now, he's part of the reason that motherfuckers do that, from wearing 23 to stealing Michael Jordan chalk toss and shit like that, to doing another Space Jam and declaring himself to go. He bring a lot of it on himself, but that ship is sailed. Stop it, okay? But comparing Bron to other all-time greats, they got to hand that bitch off to somebody else. Kareem got to hand that motherfucker off to Magic Johnson. We didn't see Magic get out of his prime because of HIV, but him being a pass-first point guard, he probably gonna pass that motherfucker off to somebody. Tim Duncan had a chance to pass that bitch off to somebody. You understand? Kobe didn't really get a chance. He blew his Achilles, and then he never was Kobe again. You know what I'm saying? But Larry Bird, before his back just went all the way, I was gonna hand that bitch to Reggie Lewis. Like, these all-time guys got a chance to get old and still be productive, but hand that bitch off to somebody. And Bron, you can argue, brought AD in with that idea. And shit, it worked out to the tune of a championship in 2020, which I must admit that title is looking flukish. Looking real flukish now. Because of AD. It is. The shit looking flukish. This man can't stay healthy. And probably the only reason he stayed healthy that year is because they had that long ass break. See, everybody want to say that we sucked last year because we had in the 2021 season. They try to say, well, we had the short turnaround, but they be forgetting they had that long ass break in the 2020 season, and that's probably why AD was able to stay healthy, man. And then down in the bubble, you had no fans and that shit like that, so it takes the mental toughness out of it. And then the man that got lax, seemed like. So now you left with the 37-year-old who still go out there and get you 30 points a game. Now, again, stats are inflated now. You know what I'm talking about. But he out there getting you a 30 ball. Russ, for what should have been a third option, got you 18, 7, and 7. For a guy that can't even fucking shoot no more. He used to be able to, at least he was wet in the mid-range, and used to be able to shoot free throws. Still able to get you 18 and 7. Fuck the rebounds. He just standing around getting rebounds. But 18 and 7. 7 assists. Malik Monk took a step. Brought in Stanley Johnson. I liked him. See, if AD would have been who he was supposed to be, that takes pressure. When you have a lead dog, we have somebody that really steps up as that damn superstar, it takes pressure off of everybody else and allows them to really fit into a role. But AD supposed to be that, not the 37-year-old, man. In that 2020 championship, you can argue that AD was the best player. He led the team in everything except for assists that year. Clearly the team's best defender, but that's what I got. A team that couldn't even make the dumbass play in, which if you can't show that your ass deserve a playoff spot after 82 games, something wrong. And we couldn't even get the 10 seed. And y'all didn't check on me. I'm disappointed in y'all real ones. I'm disappointed. Hopefully my Lakers get this shit together. Put it on something. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com, and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.